Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Concrete Bunker is back with the announcement of our next project. Split Personalities and Parallel Universes George will be your host once again. As I said, this time I will announce my next project, but before I reveal my kit choice, I wanna say a few stuff about the build. So for whoever is not familiar, every year, the YouTube scale modeling community hosts the BRGB group build. This year the build was running from May until the end of April, and although I am late for it, too late, I want to jump into this group build anyway. Now that I said all that, you guys know what to do. Grab a seat, make yourselves comfortable, and crack the mandatory cold one, and let's take a look to the kit of my choice. And here it is, a 7-ton milgl man 6x6 track from Revell. Here it is. In 1/35 scale you probably won't be able to see it, and kit number 03043. According to ScaleMate site, this is an initial released kit back from 2001 and has new tooling. Now, upon opening the box, and I will need you to give me some time, inside you will find the instructions, another leaflet that tells you what to do and what not to do, this small medium-sized decal sheet, a bag of rubber tires, and 4 sprues, 4 green sprues, all in a bag together with one clear one in a separate baggie. And that's everything. Now I want you guys to give me some time to get everything outside the bags and give you a closer look of the plastic parts. I'll be right back.
One eternity later.
Now that I've got all the pieces out of their baggies, we are almost ready to go. And I say almost because I wanna say something last before I begin. I bought this kit as a second hand. It was sealed, but the seller told me that some parts have been cut off the sprues due to the age of the kit. Anyway, I'm sure that everything is there because parts were inside the baggie. You would be probably able to hear them in the previous part of the video. They were making a noise like coins in your pocket, to be honest. Anyway, what I want to say is that some parts have been cut off their sprue, and I am sure that I have everything in hand. Now let's start from the instructions and move on, and we're gonna see what is of the sprue. So typical instructions leaflet, black and white from Revell. Over here in the first page we have the box art and some info in German and in English about the truck, about the 7-ton man. First page is read before you start, which I never read. I don't know why. Anyway, just for funsies, I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna tell you what it tells the next time I record. Second page has the explanation of the symbols that you're going to see all over the instructions. Third, over here it also has color callouts, but not for a specific company. It just has green, for example, and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm happy with that because I'm gonna use whatever I have in my disposal. On to our third and fourth page, top of the fourth page, we have a sprue map with all the parts laid out, numbered, which I find great because parts are off the trees for in my scenario. Where you see where you see the black color reducting the sprue tree is parts that we won't use for this build. And now we start. On our first step, I have a part that I'm not recognizing. Probably is some part of the middle diff that the axle goes through. Step number 2 is another part that I'm not recognizing. Step 3 and 4 are the assembly of the track chassis, the ladder chassis. Step number 5 is another unknown piece, and I need to make 2 of these. If I'm not mistaken, and by the looks of it, it is probably air tanks. Anyway, I'm not sure, we're gonna see. Step number 6, 7, 8 and 9 is the assembly of 2 different diffs, the 2 rear diffs. And step number 10 is the attachment of those 2 rear diffs onto our chassis, as you can see, together with the axles. Number 11, we have the attachment of the suspension system, the shock absorbers onto our chassis that connect our chassis with the diff. Number 12, those are probably sway bars. If I'm not mistaken, that's their name. Number 13, this is probably the hook for a trailer. Anyway, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% positive about it, but 99% it is that. Step number 14 and 15 is another diff assembly. In step 16 you attach 16 and 17 you attach the new diff assembly in the front. 18 is shock absorbers for the front diff, and sway bars in 19. In step 20 we assemble some kind of tank. I don't know if it is air tank or oil tank. Anyway, it's some kind of tank. It is supposed to be storing liquids, probably, or liquids or air. Step 21 are the blocks that when you turn off your truck and you park it somewhere, you put those triangle pieces in the wheels so the truck stays in place. Step 22 is the attachments of those 2 parts that you assembled in the previous steps at the chassis. Step 23 we have the assembly of the exhaust system, and step 24 is the attachment of the exhaust system. And on step 25 we begin working on the truck cabin. This must be the floor. This one is one side of the cabin, and this must be the door over here. Step 27 and 28 are dashboard assembly and attachment of the dashboard assembly at the front panel of the truck cabin. As I stroll through those instructions, I get the feeling that this build is going to be like an aircraft, and I mean that I am probably going to paint and glue stuff as I go. Anyway, step 29 is making the floor the one side of the cabin and the front part of the cabin in one piece, as you can see. Step 30 is attachment of the steering column and the steering wheel. 31 is the driver and co-driver's seat together with the back panel of the seats. 32 is the attachment of the hatch on the roof of the truck. 33 is the right side of the truck cabin, the right door, if you may. 34 is attachment of all the previous sub-assemblies on the cabin. 35 is more parts on the cabin. 36 is attachment of the cabin on the chassis. And 37 is assembly of the exhaust system. So you fix the pipes all the way until the muffler. So we move along. 38 is attachment of the front bumper and these parts, which are for the protectors of the sides. That's the name I'm gonna call them, because I don't know how they are called. 39 is the attachment of the mirrors. This one is probably going to be my last step because I tend to knock them off. 40 attachment of headlights and headlight guards. These are the headlight guards. And 41 we start working on the truck bed. As you can see over here, we attach all of the sides in the bed, in the truck bed, and over here we attach the roof, the canvas roof. 43, 44 and 45 is the reinforcement parts of the truck bed. As you can see, assembly and attachment. 46 and 47 are unknown pieces. I don't have a clue. We're gonna see as we put this thing together. 48 and 49 are accessories of the truck bed. I don't know what they are, guys. You have to enlighten me. Please do. 51 and 52 are accessories and pioneer tools that go once again on the truck bed. 53 are mud guards. 54, 55 and 56, or no, yes, 54, 55 and 56 is the assembly of the wheels. 57 is the attachment of the truck bed onto the rest of the truck. 58 is attachment of the road wheels on the truck. Now 59, 60, 61 and 62 are all different camo schemes and color callouts for whatever you want to build. 59 is, as you can see, the United Nations vehicle for Somalia 1993. This is a white camo scheme, which I won't be making because I find white trucks boring. Now 60 is something in German that I'm not gonna read because I'm not gonna ridicule myself, and I don't want my German friends to kill me because of my pronunciation. 61 is Munitional Brigade on South Prizren in March 2000. These two color callouts and the third one are somewhat similar. Anyway, the place and the company differs. Another thing in German, which I'm not gonna read, and that's everything for the instructions. Now I'm not sure which one of those three camo schemes I'm gonna make, but probably it's gonna be one of those. Now let's move on to the next thing that we find in the box, which is the decals. From what I can see, they are in great condition and they are pretty thin. we have different, they are, you know, how can I say this? They are separated for its different variant for its different vehicle you want to depict. And from, as I said, just from the looks of them, they are pretty thin, so we won't be facing any problem. Probably I will be able to know when I will apply them, so let's leave them aside for the time being. Next up, we have 7 rubber tires. They are all the same. Okay, they have a bit flesh on them and they need cleanup, but as you can see, the detail is crisp. We don't have any lettering at the sides, which I find a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. The thread detail is really crisp, and I am happy with that. It's gonna take weathering nicely, and as you can see, it's pretty flexible. Let's move on to our next part, which of course is going to be the clear sprue. Now, clear sprue is a bit tiny. Parts are relatively thin. I'm not gonna remove this from the buggy because I don't want to cause any damage to the clear parts. They're gonna play a significant part on our build. Anyway, I see that they are really clean and they have no markings, luckily for me, because they were all in one buggy. Now let's start from the plastic parts first, and let's grab the biggest sprue. Biggest sprue, guys, is the track bed sprue. Over here we have the track bed, the floor of the track bed, which is supposed to be wood, and there is not a good detail. You know, this may look like wood planks, but it has not the waves that the wood planks have. I'm okay with that because probably won't be able to see it after I button it all up, but I'm going to try paint it as wood because it's a good practice. These and these parts have nice canvas detail on them. You know, for a rubber depicting canvas, the detail is quite crisp and clean. It has some texture. And over here we have probably one of the chassis legs, if you can call it like that, and the one of the main axles. Okay, flesh is visible and it is a lot, but it is nothing that you won't be able to clean. You can easily remove it, so it won't face any problem. This one is one of the biggest sprues that you can find inside the box. Next one is a sprue with detailed parts, anyway. It has road wheels, sway bars, suspension springs, one diff, the exhaust system, and various other stuff. From a quick look I can give it right now. The parts are really clean. There is no flesh visible over here. Excess flesh over here. It is not visible. Detail is crisp. Parts are nicely molded, and I am really happy. For a kit for a kit that it's been 22 years old, I am really happy. Another small sprue with detailed pieces, parts from the diffs, reinforcement ribs for the track bed, and other pieces. Once again, nicely and crisp detailed. Oh my god, I have already started making a mess. Next up, we have this sprue with more road wheels and reinforcement for the drag beds. There is a spring missing from over here. These two are the shock absorbers. These must be parts of the chassis. These must be the iron bars that keep both chassis legs together, that they keep them connected. And we have another diff. There's too many differentials in in this track. Anyway, what I am expecting is a 6x6. Here is a closer look. As you can see, from what my camera catches, parts are nicely detailed. And that's the last and the second one of the two bigger sprues. As you can see over here, we have parts for the truck cabin. Here we have the floor, the roof, both of the sides, the front part of the truck, which has the MAN logo nicely and crispy molded on. Dashboard, look at the detail in this dashboard, and all this from a 20-year-old kit. Various panels, the steering wheel, headlights and headlight covers. Over here we have the seats and more parts from the moving gear, if you can call it like that. Everything is crispy molded. I know that I tell that a lot, but don't forget, guys, we are talking about a 20-year-old kit. Here is a closer look. Nice rivet detail. And there are some more parts that are located inside the box that have fallen off the sprues, and I'm not gonna get them out because I don't want to lose them. Anyway, that is my entry for the big rig group build. I hope that this track is a big rig and that my entry is valid. And with all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode. I hope you guys find my choice interesting and stick along for the build. Before I go, I wanna thank each and every one of you that watched this video. A special thank you to my old and new subscribers. You guys are the best and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. For the newcomers out there, welcome guys. I hope that you like what I do, and if so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe that it deserves to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Damon, signing out.